Good Friday afternoon, evening, or maybe Saturday morning where you might be. Why would you be up at Saturday morning? Bless you. I'm glad you
There
muted
we go.
that. Okay.
Now I'm back.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm
you
good.
still-
I'm great.
You still have both lungs.
Still, what's left of it?
What's It's been one of those weeks, hasn't it? We were talking before we got started. It's been a long week. I don't know about everybody else, but it's been a long week for me. Victor, what about you?
It's always a long week.
It's always a long.
I'm not sure that it ends on Friday.
Isn't that when it starts?
Exactly.
Isn't it? And Dan says, "Bless you." Yes, it's. Thank you for remembering to mute. Hi, by the way, my name's Darren. This over here is a Victor call. Victor is called a podcast. Whew. Look, I'm doing everything faster this week because I got fiber installed on Monday, and it's
We're gonna
amazing.
talk faster now with fiber.
I guess we can. I don't know. Probably not. My name is Darren. This over here is Victor, and we're the host of a podcast called DevOps Paradox. It comes out on Wednesdays at 6 a.m. Eastern, and on Fridays when we're around. By the way, we're around today. We're around next Friday. Then we start going away, traveling between the two of us, and our traveling is not overlapping. So I'm traveling, then you're traveling. So anyway, TL, what means the weekend here? What does DevOps Paradox really mean to us on the weekends? More work?
Means that, for me, it means that official work finishes. This is the
Day job
last
work is
thing.
over.
Exactly.
Now it's the weekend job takes over.
Yes.
Anybody want to come clean my house this weekend? That would save me some time. Let's get it. We might have a demo. We'll see how the talk goes today because I don't have a demo planned. We talked about doing a demo. I didn't prepare anything, but we might just decide one of the things we talked about. Let's go do that, and we'll just do it from ground up. I don't know what that's going to be yet, so we'll see. This week's episode was with Kevin Jackson from Trilio, I believe. I got to say that correct. Trilio, not Twilio, but Trilio. Transitioning from VMware to KubeVirt. Anybody else trying to move off from Broadcom's pricing changes? I don't know. Some people might be.
I mean, you still need to manage virtual machines one way or another.
You do. There's still machines.
Yeah.
But maybe KubeVirt is going to be cheaper than the licensing that you're going to pay for VMware. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Actually, what I really wanted to say, you still need to have a solution to manage physical servers in this case, right? So if KubeVirt is running all your virtual machines, which is great, and I strongly recommend it, you still need to manage machines somehow. And that KubeVirt is not going to solve that.
Yep. So my podcast, Wednesday, 6 a.m. Eastern. Next week it's just me and you again. Probably talking about AA because that's all we're talking about today. Over these weeks.
Is there anything else?
I don't know, Dan. Roast your Claude code demo, and now I have to try it. Yes, please do, because, well, I've learned more since we did that demo. I think I have. Again, this week has been a blur.
I managed to convert Torin from no AI to AI in Cursor to AI in Claude Code.
Yeah. Cursor was just sort of like I walked through it. I didn't spend much time there. It was nice. It was interesting, but we might see something different today. Here's the big news of the week, I think. If you've used OPA at all, Open Policy Agent, if you've written any Rego in your life, number one, I'm sorry, but it is powerful. It is powerful.
It is.
All joking aside, Styra, like me and the team members from Styra are now joining Apple. Apple is a huge user of OPA.
I heard the rumors that they will be acquired by something like that, and my bets were on Google, to be honest, because Google is also a huge user of OPA.
Yeah. Have you tried having any of your AIs write Rego code yet?
The what?
Have you had any of your AI tools try to write Rego yet?
No, I'm out of Rego.
I know you're out, but I didn't know if you were just like, oh, by the way.
I mean, look, AI is my friend. I don't want him to do things I wouldn't do.
There we go. Okay. A couple of FAQs. OPA remains a CNCF graduated open source project. No changes to the governance or licensing. No change to the list of maintainers, except they're changing the org from Styra to Apple for the people that are joining Apple. It's interesting how they're saying for the maintainers that are joining Apple. And up here was along with many team members from Styra. So not everybody's going to Apple.
Those acquisitions are the easiest way to join one of those companies. Passing a test in Google or Apple is actually very hard, but join a company that will be acquired by them.
Yeah. What will happen to the tools I use under the Styra GitHub? They are migrating that over to the CNCF OPA GitHub org for the ones that they can. I think this is one of the bigger ones. The commercial distribution of OPA and eOPA. That was so that was only available to enterprise customers. That appears to, the way I read that, this becomes open source.
It makes no sense.
Well, it makes
because Apple is not going to
sell
that.
No. We hope not.
No, I think that they have bigger fish to fry.
They need to fix, I'm going to say it now, they need to fix Siri first before doing that. The OPA control plane, SDKs, and Regal, a linter for Rego. So what happens to the website and playground, planned roadmap. So it looks like it's still moving, but it's going to be consumed by Apple.
That's a good day for OPA users and potentially bad day for Styra customers, right? They get it for free now, but most customers are not buying it because of this and that, but because there is somebody behind who will support them, right?
Yeah. I'm still bullish on this, but I've been bearish too. The more I've thought about it. So it's just sort of like, okay, how am I feeling at this second is how I feel about this. I think overall it's a good thing, because otherwise it would have gone into oblivion. Right?
Yeah. It's bought by Apple that will probably continue contributing to it. That's much better scenario than if Styra was acquired by somebody else, probably, right? What happened? What was that CI tool that had a really good experience by being acquired? Travis.
Right, Travis. Well, they were acquired
when
by...
I said good experience, I mean
yeah,
in a
private equity.
Way.
Yeah, I know. One thing I saw, it was from Normata, who is Kyverno, honoring Styra's contributions to OPA. So the competitor, for lack of a better term, you can't really compare Kyverno and OPA, I don't think. They're cousins, I think.
Yes, I mean the scope is different, right? So
yeah,
it all depends whether company is mostly in Kubernetes for the things they care or not.
Yeah. Well, as said here at Normata, we know that Kyverno's journey, boy, I'm not able to talk today, and our own would not have been possible without the foundation laid by the OPA community.
Yes.
So
that's true.
So OPA sort of started everything. Now I wonder how they're going to put this into Pickle. I hope they don't rewrite Pickle to be Rego driven. Do you remember the Apple Pickle thing? The configuration tool?
I would be very surprised that they're already not combining something with Pickle and OPA, because OPA is their choice and Pickle is their choice. So I would be very surprised that there is nothing going on there.
I would be surprised too. Pickle, if you don't know what it is, it's a config language from Apple. It's PKL, but you pronounce it Pickle. In fact, they even have a Pickle logo, I think, if I remember right. But anyway, congrats to the Styra people and everybody using OPA. Hopefully it continues on in a joy, happy scenario. Corey Quinn had a post this week, AWS in 2025, the stuff you think you know that's now wrong. AWS is almost 20 years old. 20, 25, 6, 7, right? We're in that range to where S3 and EC2 came out.
It's very hard for me to follow this article without imagining Corey yelling at me.
Yeah. So we're not going to go through the whole thing. In fact, we're probably not going to go through anything other than he calls out things that, what was it? You've been using the platform for a while. It can be hard to notice the part of the change of the underlying foundational services. More worryingly, even if you're not an old saw at AWS scrying the words, it's still easy to stumble upon outdated blog posts or outdated AI recommendations because of the outdated blog post. So you almost never need dedicated instances for anything. It's been nearly a decade since they weren't needed for HIPAA. It just goes through his stuff. Oh, this is the big one to me. S3 isn't eventually consistent anymore. It's read after write consistent. Did you know that?
Read after write.
Read after.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Whereas you would get either no read or dirty or whatever, now you can't read until after it's been written.
Which kind of makes sense.
Which is what we should have had to begin with. That's what you want for a file system.
Exactly.
Or an object store. So anyway, there's all these things. And it's just, so I would, if you're actively using AWS today, read this post. By the way, all the links are already down in the description. So I remember to do it today. NLBs didn't used to support security groups, but now they do. I don't know if it's a good thing or not. I mean, yes, it's a good thing, but that opens up a whole nother thing of, you would recommend to not use NLBs because you couldn't do security groups. Well, now you can do security groups, so now you've got a whole new support structure to use that you go to write up and deal with. Anyway, that's Corey's link for this week. We're getting ready to go down the AI rabbit hole here. Which one? I think I want to swap the order here real quick. I want to do this one first. This is a X post that we've talked about, not the post, but the concepts. The AI cycle is over for now. Basically, the curve we've been riding just flattened into a long plateau. Why? Isn't that the model stopped improving? So the improvements we needed are measured in orders of magnitude, not percentage points.
Last week or this week, there was a huge number of articles in that direction. Is this the end of AI? Is this the end of AI bubble and stuff like that? What I'm pretty sure is that we reached the plateau of how much chat experience with AI, which is the reality for vast majority of people, just to be clear. That's over, right? We cannot get much further from that. So from that perspective, yeah, we reached the plateau. But most of those articles really ignore that now innovations are happening outside models. I mean, models are getting better and all that stuff. But if you want to get more, now we are talking about agentic workloads. We are talking about RAG. We are talking about vector databases and so on and so forth, right? And also I feel, and this is my feeling, that GPT-5 was is a more or less disaster compared to how much it was hyped. And this is now riding on top of that disaster, kind of like, hey, this is going to change everything. It's just an improvement. It's not that special. It's special, but nothing compared to the hype. So if there is any doom and gloom scenario, that's mostly because people behind AI are just keep hyping it too much, right? Every new release of a model is more useful than the previous one, but it's not going to change the world overnight. But that's the messaging that we're getting.
This paragraph, I think, sums up what you were just saying. To my fellow zealots, we are not going back to the pre-2022 world.
Yes.
Agreed.
That's what's happening.
The ceiling just got higher, but the ladder is longer than we thought.
Exactly.
That's not failure, it's physics. We're running into... until I can run a quantum computer on my desktop, that'll be the next big wave.
I think it was MIT published an article how 95% of the companies,
Yeah.
I don't know if you have that in the news, how 95% of the companies who started implementing AI failed.
Yeah, we talked about that last
And-
week, I think.
Yeah, but what we didn't talk, or what might not be so obvious, is that the usage of AI on individual level keeps increasing at a rapid pace. More and more people are using AI individually and getting benefit from it. Now, companies don't know what to do with it. On a company level, when I talk about company level, that's much more than you having Claude Code or Cursor and so on and so forth, which is not really surprising to me. Kind of like Darin, when was the last time you saw that a company did successful transition to something very, very different in like half a year, a year? It never happened.
Never. Now it's possible. Well, now the possibility is there. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but on a company level, right? I have a feeling of very rapid growth of AI, but and adoption within companies is also very rapid. But successful adoption, that's going to take years. When I say successful adoption, again, I'm not talking about, hey, everybody has Anthropic subscription. I'm talking about them running it in servers, agents, and maybe their own models and vector databases and loading documents and changing their processes and turning everything upside down. It's going to take many years.
Well, that goes back to this. The next breakthrough will arrive maybe from a grad student with a sparse attention kernel, maybe from a national lab running a 10 gigawatt reactor. But going back to what you said earlier, until then, the boring work of integration is the only game in town.
Yes.
And guess what happens in integration? That's where you make your money.
But that's the part that takes years.
It takes years. Yeah. So anyway, long post, read it. Just see what you think. I think this is ballpark, but it'll be interesting to see how it actually plays out. If you don't read TLDR sec, you should. It's not just about AI. It's about all things security, red team, blue team, purple team, all the things, all the teams. But this week, I'm just going to focus on this one thing here. Monday morning, I discovered some automation that I built in Zapier, or Zapier, depending on how you want to say it, randomly stopped working despite me not touching it for months. Ever happened to you? I spent a little time debugging, but ultimately I decided to move off Zapier, so I could better manage my automation fully in code and iterate on it faster. Okay, great. So fueled by Celsius and righteous indignation, I got to work. Okay, here's the point. Thanks to Claude Code, in 2 days and for about $75 in API credits, I rebuilt 80% of the most important automation using a platform I had never used before, Supabase Edge functions, in a mostly unfamiliar language, TypeScript, in a new runtime build environment, Dino. Pause. We've had this conversation. If you're vibe coding, because he's effectively vibe coding something here. He didn't say it, but he's vibe coding it.
Yeah.
You don't care about the platform. You don't care about the language as long as you can understand it. I'll put that caveat in there. Can you read it?
Yes.
Can you sort of follow it? Is it doing what you want? And the runtime you don't care about. Meanwhile,
What did he say?
he spent 75, so he used Supabase Edge functions, TypeScript, and Dino. Dino is just a JavaScript.
What was the time frame he said that he did?
2 days.
2 days, okay.
2 days. 2 days and $75 in credits. So call it 30, I can't do math fast. Call it $40 a day in credits.
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, my monthly Zapier bill was $175. By the end of this week, I should be at mostly feature parity with my automation running comfortably on the free tier, and the process will have costed less than 1 month of Zapier usage. I keep going back in Claude Code usage, and I'll have better developer experience going forward. Now, we talked about Daniel Maestro last week. We talked about a post that he put out there. This is a link off to that post about vibe coding in a chart beat. And this is the post that goes through it. Basically, it took me about 18 minutes to go from having a thought to having a full Google Analytics chart beat replacement. Okay, we know that's not true, but we know that this kind of thing is possible. I also made a menu bar visual using Switch, which is better than what I had with Fathom. This took less than minutes. This is, holy crap, this is nuts. I've had that pretty much same phrase said, almost word for word. We need to completely reframe what's possible now. That's the unsaid thing that people are thinking. That's the big deal. But when you get down to the bottom, go build stuff. I'm cleaning it up. Not only is it fun, but given all the other stuff I talked about regarding blah, 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 I think it's actually the main path for a stable career, making your own stuff and offering it to others. We know that. Yeah. There was a point in here, I've lost track where it was, but it's basically talking about, it's like, this is what I need. This is the tool that I need. And used to doing the tool that I need, maybe it's here. I replaced it in a couple hours, blah, blah, blah. I have way more of a desired features than both of them combined. It's literally better for me in every way.
That's how I feel. Now, the major difference, I mean, I don't know about this person outside of that article, but that, I'm really impressed with myself of what I can do in a couple of days. But I'm also trying to be realistic and realize that after I finish that something in, let's say, 2 days, I still need a week to make it work, which is still fantastic, right? Finishing something in a week instead of few months, that's absolutely bloody fantastic. But most of the people don't talk about all the annoying part, all the annoying work that needs to be done afterwards. And there's the same work that we had to do without AI, just to be 100% clear, right? Like you, Darren, how many times did you do something and say, this works? And now I'm still only 20% through. With or without AI, right?
Yeah, it's with that kind of thing, this is something that other people have to use, not just me. Documentation, support, exactly. Scaling, all the other things. Yeah. By the way, Daniel is the guy behind Fabric. Just to.
Oh, Fabric was my favorite tool.
Fabric is still good.
Yeah, it's just that I feel that its usefulness now with Claude code and
lessened.
Not is slightly less.
Yeah.
The moment we got slash commands or cursor rules, what's not, on top of the ability of agent to write those for you. That's the important part, right? Because what I liked about Fabric is that I would find one of the available prompts that is closest to what they need and then modify it, because those are long prompts, right? And I had no desire to write long prompts. So it was easier for me to modify them slightly. But now that's gone mostly.
Yeah. So anyway, I think these are two good reads. Obviously, the TLDR sec is just a quick thing. Of course, long-term maintenance stability and handling edge cases matter, but still, what an exciting time to build.
Yeah. I think I said it in the previous episode. I'm going to say it again. One of the things I like the most about AI is that I don't remember the last time I had so much fun coding or performing operations. It's just so much more fun.
Moving on to a couple of tools. Gonzo came out this week from Control Theory. We had Bob Quillen on the podcast quite a while back. He was with a different company at the time. He's now heading up Control Theory. This is a real-time log analysis terminal UI inspired by K9S. Analyze log streams with beautiful charts, AI-powered insights, and events filtering, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I haven't installed this yet because I need to come up with an idea. But you can decide which model to use, and then it analyzes the logs, and you can set up all the different statistics and blah, blah, blah. Oh, That was quite a emphatic yes.
I want to see that. I want to try it. What's the
Well,
address?
you could go out to the episode notes and you'll see the link there. But it's gonzo.controltheory.com.
Okay.
So that's Gonzo. There's the main dashboard. I haven't done anything with it yet because my week has been filled with other things. Heat maps. Quick install, by the way, there is a brew install for it. Brew install Gonzo. Well, you have to tap it first. Or you can just fully qualify it, but that's that. And then here at the very bottom, there's a couple of examples. So you cat in the log. So here's the one you would use. Kubectl logs for my app and then pipe it to Gonzo.
Yeah.
That's probably your use case. And if you want to do AI analysis, then you can just set up your key and then go from there.
So, now I have a different. Actually, I had an argument only a few hours ago when I'm not going to name the project or a person, but we were discussing a project and stuff like that. And my argument is that if that project, that's something AI related, cannot be talked to from Claude code, I'm not using it. Right? I feel as if Claude Code replaces my terminal. So it would be equivalent of saying, hey, you need to go to a different terminal application to use this. Right?
That's interesting.
In case of Gonzo, it's special because that cannot be done in a Claude Code, right? So
right.
I give them slack for that. But in general, I want my Claude Code to be connected to all the funky solutions, one way or another.
Let's see if there's anything major here. It's all TUI stuff. I was trying to see, since they're specifying OpenAI, I imagine if you give it, no, it just says more. So I'd have to look and see what it, but you can also use a local. So it's interesting. I don't know where the docs are for this. Get started. There we go. Oh, no, that's still not very useful. But anyway. Maybe a new toy for you. I don't know.
It's already bookmarked.
Okay.
That's my weekend.
Are you sure this isn't going to be your weekend? Probably not.
So far, let's see.
So I didn't even know this existed. So how to fix Claude code not reading your rules file, which I didn't know existed. The debugging journey.
I did not know it either. What is rules file?
I don't know. That's what we're going to try to figure out here. So that was just a snapshot at the top. So everyone wonder why Claude Code keeps ignoring the rules you carefully wrote in a dedicated rules file. I didn't know there was a rules file. Again, I haven't read the documentation from Anthropic, so who knows what it is. Okay. Project set up perfectly with a dedicated rules file containing all the guidelines I wanted Claude to follow, yet Claude seemed completely oblivious to its existence. Tells you... I'll check the context and okay, what's the size of the context you have. So this is an interesting prompt here. What is the size of context you have read? List all the files you actually read. Okay. It's interesting. This is what I actually read, but files referenced, but not actually read. So it looks like looking in his .claude folder, there's rules, context. There were other files that were there. They just weren't being read. The rules.md wasn't automatically read because the system only provided me with the contents of two specific files in the initial context. Even though it instructs me to read rules.md and other files, the system didn't automatically include their contents. I need to manually read them. Let me read them now. Okay, so I guess in his Claude.md file, he had referenced a rules file. Okay, whatever. So this is what he did. So he had this... which, okay, whatever. Then he said, use the read tool to read this. These are mandatory rules and context. Okay.
It's so confusing for me.
Yeah, it's...
right now. Because
right.
I know this is my probably lack of experience and knowledge, but I know for CloudMD, I know for /commands, I have no idea what rules are. And while you're talking, I've been Googling, there is no word rules.
Right.
Uh,
But here's this.
anywhere.
But here's the snapshot. So under the documentation for Claude Code, under configuration and memory management, which doesn't make sense. I would not have thought to look at memory management.
Yeah.
So all memory files are automatically loaded in Claude Code's context when launched. Blah 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 blah. Okay, right. CloudMD files can import additional files using the @path to import syntax.
That, yes.
You've seen that.
Yeah, so basically,
Okay.
CloudMD is what is loaded at the start of the
Magically,
session.
right? That's just
Yeah.
the only file. Yeah,
In my head, those are the rules.
yeah.
Now, that file can reference other files if you don't want to write everything in one place, yes.
Right.
And those are forgotten faster than you say hamburger.
Hamburger.
There we go. Forgotten.
Okay. So it's the @. So once you actually reference the files correctly, then magic happens. It appears. So use CloudMD. Again, if everybody's using Claude Code, then this is the correct reference that you're working with. If you're the only person working on something and you're using Claude, then this is good for you. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Set proper file references. Documentation is gold. Okay, good. Restart after changes. Huh. Restart after changes. Did you turn it off and on again? We need to
be /clear, I'm guessing.
Possibly. So here's the proper way to do it.
My approach to what I'm guessing this is that I don't even pay much attention to CloudMD, to be honest. I'm just creating prompts that contain everything that it needed. If this prompt is supposed to deal with documentation, then I would put everything related to it in it, right? And keep prompts up to date. So I feel it's easier to execute /command for this, /command for that, and so on and so forth, and assume that whatever you wrote in CloudMD or whatever is going to be followed throughout the whole session, because it's not.
So let me ask this question. You're saying the prompts. Where are you keeping these prompts? And how are you mapping them to your /commands?
Depends.
Of course it
You like that
does.
answer? So I have project-specific prompts that are only useful in that project and nowhere else.
Okay.
And those I keep in .claude/commands. And if anybody else is using a different agent, go and create a soft link, right? But then there are prompts that I use across multiple projects, and those are in an MCP.
Okay. But here they're saying, make sure you got the CloudMD, add the rules correctly for referencing them, use clear, explicit, and restart. So anyway, This is, I didn't even know about .claude commands. We might take a look at documentation today as our joy.
I don't even know what that is.
You just said it. You said the .claude/commands directory.
.claude/commands. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I thought I heard only .claude with
okay.
/commands. Yeah.
Okay. The other big thing that happened this week that won't help us if you're using Claude is AGENTS.md, a simple open format for guiding coding agents used by over 20,000 open source projects. Now, time out. If you click on this link, it's doing a search on GitHub looking for... Oh, I'm not logged in. Okay, well, I can't do this here. Anyway, it would just bring up files that weren't AGENTS.md. I think they fixed their query because the query was wrong the other day. So why do this? README are for humans. AGENT.mds are for not humans.
Yeah.
That seems reasonable, right?
It's reasonable, and that's one of the very few things that I really dislike about Claude and others, is especially Claude. I have a beef with Anthropic. And that beef is that, hey guys, you created MCP trying to create some sort of standard, how agents talk to tools and APIs and what's not. And that was picked up and everybody is using it, and that's a standard now. Now, following that logic that you're so interested in standard, why don't you change Claude.md to AGENTS.md? Same thing, same thing. I just need to have a single file that works across multiple agents instead of forcing everybody to use specific agent like Claude Code.
From your mouth to Anthropic's ears. So it basically covers everything but Claude. It looks like. Just see, so everything we just talked about over here about how to fix things is fixed here.
Yeah.
Sort of, in a roundabout way. You add an AGENTS.md at the root of the repository. Most coding agents can even scaffold one for you if you ask nicely. Okay, whatever.
Exactly.
Cover what matters. Add extra instructions. Large monorepo. Use nested AGENTS.mds for sub-projects. And off you go.
Yeah. That's actually a standard that is already used by quite a few agents.
Yeah.
Like OpenCode is using AGENT.md. Crush is using AGENT.md.
Yep.
A few others as well.
All these.
Okay. You see, I haven't even paid attention because
Of course not. Why
my
would you?
prompter is just too dark
Too small.
to see what's on the screen. I'm just guessing what you're showing to people.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Kieran, good to see you. Nikos, thanks for joining us today. The next thing, going back into Claude land, but not Claude, this is Claudia. It's a desktop companion for Claude Code.
For Claude Code. Okay.
For
For some
Claude
reason,
Code.
I imagine it's a desktop companion for Claude Desktop. Okay.
No,
now I'm on
Claude
the same page.
Code. So this might be our, because I have not even looked at this live yet. So it has custom agents, a diff view.
Here's a question.
Why would I do this? I don't understand.
So the question is, if you chose Claude Code,
Yeah.
is that because you could not find a desktop application or because you want to be in a terminal?
I want to be in a terminal. That's why I'm
Exactly. So
picking that.
Why would they do this?
Maybe to give you some things that you, like you, because, all right, so I'm looking at what the different options are here.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so diff view I could get in cursor. That's not a big deal. A usage dashboard I haven't seen anywhere yet. That's nice. But that could easily be a slash command inside of Claude Code.
Yes.
But probably not very nice, right? Because here you got all-time last. It's only things that you can do with a UI really nicely.
You know, what I'm trying to say is that I understand this actually looks really cool. It's just that it's not for Claude Code users. It would be for Claude desktop users, right?
Yeah.
So I don't. The only thing I understand everything except why is it companion to Claude Code?
Because what is Claudia? An elegant desktop GUI companion for Claude Code that transform your AI code. Okay, all right, whatever. Beautiful. Okay, look, at some point, the AI has to stop writing your content for you. And you need to actually write something that tells what it really does.
The problem is not AI is writing. The problem is that AI is writing and you're just accepting it.
Accepting it. Thank you.
That's the problem.
That's where I was trying to get to. Yes. All without leaving it. Okay, so here we go. Integrate seamlessly with Claude Code CLI, providing a visual layer on top of the command line interface. It detects your installation and allows you to manage all of your sessions, projects, and configurations through Claudia's into. Okay. That's actually not a bad thing. To have a way to see all the projects in one place. If I'm using it like a air traffic control type scenario, it's like, oh, what did I do here? Having to go over to open another prompt, go to where I'm going. That's nice.
Those are nice features. I'm just asking if it's a companion to Claude Code, why am I not seeing, let's say, all projects in Claude Code?
Right. needs, because it's integrating with your Claude API. That's a visual interface. Okay, whatever. Does design with privacy first. All data stays on your machine. Blah, blah, blah. Can I customize the interface? Not yet. Do we try this?
Your call?
Do we try this or we try Gonzo?
Gonzo.
Gonzo is easier?
Gonzo.
Okay.
I don't know what's easier. Just.
Well, I don't know what I'm going to show with Gonzo. That's the thing, is I would have to
You're
find.
gonna help me now to see whether that's that's
if that's what you're doing this
something
weekend
I'm
or not.
interested in. Exactly, whether I will spend the weekend on it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Hang on a second. So let me get back to sharing the full screen here. Give me a minute. Okay. So we're going to do what it says. Get started. Bob, if you're watching this, come talk with us. Gonzo and Gonzo. Okay. So let's just see if... Okay, that's good. So that works. Okay, so what kind of log file? Because I don't have any Kubernetes clusters running. I don't have anything really running on this machine. What would I even find? All right, here. Let's just go back into it real quick.
Maybe Claudia then.
It might be Claudia. So... Okay, in theory, if I had a wheel, I could scroll. I do have a wheel, but it's not scrolling. There it is. Pipe logs, stream logs. I don't have anything right now, yeah.
Then better switch to Claudia.
Okay, I'll do that. But it was easy to install. If you're on a Mac, it's easy to install.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at Claudia, because I do have everything set up for Claudia, or Claude code on this machine. Okay, there has to be a better way than me downloading something. That's not okay. Really? Okay, here. No. By the way, we didn't talk about your video while I'm trying to find stuff.
Yeah, it's I don't know, lately I think that because I'm now focused on AI, I get a lot of hate messages. And this is one of those, because basically I called people code monkeys. That probably isn't the right way how to avoid getting hate messages.
Yeah. Well, we called our own selves code monkeys, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But essentially, the point of that video, I mean, there's a lot in that video, and I'm trying to kind of ease people into AI and explain what they should do or shouldn't and so on and so forth. But I think that the real point of that video is that you can fight it or you can embrace it. And this is unrelated with whether people will be fired or not fired, whether the AI is a good thing or a bad thing, but it's coming. There is nothing that can stop it, especially not you as an individual. And you can only choose to embrace it and be on top, or to face potential consequences when others embrace it. Those are the two options we have with AI for the future, not necessarily today. And I feel like I'm still not as close to retirement as I would like to, so I need to embrace it.
Whereas I am closer to retirement, but still not close enough either.
Not close. I mean, if you're close to retirement, like a year,
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Just kind of like it's just a year, maybe two. Anything longer than that, I strongly suggest embrace it, or find a niche. Kind of like if you're an DB2 administrator, then actually you don't need to embrace anything. Just kind of keep keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, I have Claudia installed. There was a brew installation, brew cask for Claudia. So yay.
Nice.
All right. Check that one off. All right, so it's installed. Let me open it. Yes, I did. And now it's coming up over on the other screen, so we'll do this. Okay. Anonymous, sure. I'll be glad to do that. Okay, so this is interesting. This sees my recent projects because it's reading the Claude code global. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I like that. There's a tab metaphor here. Here, let me minimize this so I can get rid of some of the noise that's behind it. I wonder if, since it is React, I should be able to Command plus this. I can't. Let me see. Can I zoom? Nope. Cannot zoom. Oh, well. That's fine. It's a 0.1.0, so it's okay. All right, so let's open this one up because this is the one I've been playing with more than anything else. And there are the sessions from before. So these are the things I don't think about when I'm in the command line. Is taking a look at that.
To me that shows how user experience makes you want different things.
Yeah.
Like in ChatGPT, I've been going back to my sessions quite a few times. In Claude Code, for some reason or another, I do exit Claude Code, but then start it again with continue for one reason or another.
Mm-hmm.
But I never had the desire to go to a previous session.
Right. Here's one that actually had a memory.
Within a project, just to be
yeah. So no ID. Okay. So not everything is there. If I go into a session, there's the session. I mean, it's not a bad thing to have that. Not that I would need it, but it's like, it's a nice to have.
Yeah. Kind of if you wanna, if the boss comes back to you and say, Darin, why the heck did you do this?
Yeah.
You can say, this is why.
This is why we need all this streamed out to a Git repository that we can commit somewhere.
No, here's a nice feature. We obviously don't know this application well, so maybe it exists, maybe it doesn't. But if I could now start using Claude Code with this session.
Oh, I can, right here. Right at the bottom.
Claude Code.
Right.
Not Claudia.
Oh, you mean pick up Claude Code from here? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because I'm guessing this is not meant to replace me from convert me from using Claude Code, right?
Correct. Checkpoints, send message. But the question is this, it's making the Claude Code APIs. What is your name? Wait, actually, am I really chatting with Claude Code right now? The heck? Yes, you were chatting with Claude Code. Yeah.
There we
So
go.
I just jumped in on top of that. So that's...
Yeah. No, just my argument is this feels that you would be a Claude desktop user.
Yeah. And it just cost me 20 cents to ask that question. So thanks. I appreciate that.
Because of the context.
Because of the
If you
context.
start a new session, then actually it will cost you much less.
Okay.
Otherwise,
So that's a good question. So how do I get back to a new session from here? Because I'm in all these other things. By the way, I don't know if you caught this, so you can switch models here.
Yeah.
You can think hard, think harder, ultra think. I don't know how does that just show up in the prompt somewhere? Nope. So I guess that's
basically a shortcut for you typing.
yeah. There's agents. I don't have any agents yet. There's usage dashboard.
Yeah.
Okay. Settings, all the settings. So the question is, if I wanted to create a new session, because I don't see a way to close, I guess I would have to.
Plus sign, plus, 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 plus.
Well, I know, but that would be a new project. I was wondering if I could stay here and.
That new project is probably a new session.
Well, a new project, I would select the thing I was in. I can say new session here.
New session, there we go.
Right, so are you Claude code? Because there is no context here, so it should only cost me a fraction of a penny. Yeah.
There we go. That's a better price for that question. It's still expensive to what you paid to answer that question, but hey.
I like being able to see all the tools that are available to me. That's nice. Because some of those I may not know about.
Yes. But they're also kind of transparent, right? How much do you care about?
You don't care. So can I click on it? No, I can't click on it. It's just a pill.
Those are basically the tools that are baked into Claude. And I'm just guessing that if you use some MCP in that project, that would be under available tools.
So did I set up MCPs on this? I did not. I didn't set up any MCPs on this machine.
I mean, I'm sure that if not here, they would show you MCP somewhere.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can see MCPs right here.
There we go.
I can add, I can export. I just don't have any MCPs locally. The one I've been writing isn't here. It's on a different machine that I don't have running right now. What was the other thing? Claude.md. Edit your Claude. Okay. But where? Where am I? This is like...
That's a big box. Just type it.
No, but I wonder where it's going to be saved to, because I don't know. I'm not in a project right now.
I think you are. Maybe not.
I don't think I am. Because if I'm up here, I'm thinking this is global, not... To me, that's not contextual to...
Okay, because there is Claude. Everything that you have in a project is available in home directory.claude.
Right.
So that's probably the one, right? You can have, for example, shared prompts there as well, so / commands.
Right. So if I do / okay. It's not horrible.
Tool that it's not even related. I don't know why I'm mentioning it, and I forgot the name, which makes it even worse. But there is a tool that will actually intercept network traffic between Claude and the model, which is very interesting because then you get the insight into all the things that's
happening.
Code is enhancing in that context, like what is its system prompt, how it
right.
constructs. Basically, you have the full context. Otherwise, you really don't know what is sent to a model, right?
I'm actually looking this up. Network traffic analysis. Well, that was actually from 2024. I don't think that's going to be it.
For all I know, it could be.
I'm just doing a quick look. Anyway. Well, we installed it. We did that much.
Yeah. Now, here's a test for next week's Friday session, right? How much you will need to report back how much you will use this.
I can already tell you probably close to 0. Just based knowing what I've got to do this week, there's not going to be a lot of this going on. But it's just being able to go in and look. It's like, oh, I can see all the sessions. And if I'm in a session, it's like, of course, I would pick the one I just did. See, that's weird. I want to go back. That's what I want. I want to be able to go back to the home page for this project. And it's like, I don't see, there's a session timeline. You can copy the conversation. There's the checkpoint settings. Keep 10 checkpoints. That's actually not bad. Because you can always go back to that point and restart from that, rebranch, quote unquote, from that point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
There we go.
you tried.
I tried. I don't know that it was useful other than making sure it actually installed. I don't know. Oh, it's almost top of the hour too. Time to go make lunch. So we'll be back next Friday. Then we are gone for at least 3 weeks. So the first 3 Fridays in September were gone.
September, I suspect that they will be full of news. So when we come back,
Yeah.
it will be packed.
Maybe Claude Code will support AGENTS.md by that point.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't put it past them, but we'll see.
Yeah, true.
We can always hack it, right? We go into Claude MD and just go read AGENTS.md.
No. Darin, I expect more from you.
I know.
You know that the right hack for that would be ln-s.
I know. To Claude MD, AGENTS.md is now Claude MD. Yeah, that's true. Is there anything else? No. So by the way, your video was starting to chatter just a hair. Just
The
now.
video is starting what?
To chatter.
Ah,
Jerk around just a little bit. Just a little. Not like what we were seeing before. That's fine.
Well,
It's fine. We're done.
it got tired.
I got tired. Too much. So I've been very happy with my bandwidth today. I did not get. Normally, I'm getting warnings all the time, like, "Hey, you're going under. You're going under."
Well, now, Darin, now you're a member of people who have decent internet. Cloud.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. It only took 25 years, but hey, I'm there. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us live today. If you're watching it on replay, the demos were pretty garbagey, but I have a feeling Victor may play with Gonzo a bit, based on.
No, the Gonzo is on my list. That's the one
Okay.
I really want to check. Yeah.
What makes it interesting to you without giving away too much, considering you just heard about it less than 30 minutes ago?
No, no special thoughts. It just looks interesting, unlike the rest. AWS.
Okay.
And I might have checked Claudia, but you just convinced me not to.
Well, I would say not to do it today. But again, it's a 0.1.0 first release. It's okay for it to be where it's at today.
Yeah.
What I learned from it is there's a lot more in the .claude directories than I was aware of.
Oh yeah. I'm
That's-
parsing the. Actually, if you go there, you will find. I don't remember the directory anymore. You will find JSONs feed all your sessions.
Yeah, which is what it pulled up. That's what we saw.
Yeah, exactly.
So being able to see that in a cleaner way is because when I am vibe coding, if you will, I don't care about those kinds of things.
Yeah.
But if I'm trying to remember, what did I do yesterday in that session? Well, now I know it's like, oh, I can go look at my sessions now. There's probably a way to do it. In fact, I know there's probably a way to do it in the command line. It's just a matter of figuring out how to call it up.
Oh, I can give you a easier way to do it.
Okay. Just cat JSON file?
No, for step number 1, please commit your changes.
Okay.
And then ask Claude to explain the commits.
No, I'm not talking about the actual things that happened. I'm talking about within the context of the conversation.
Yeah.
What did I say in the conversation that made it go in a certain direction?
True.
Being able to look that up is probably. But I wonder if you could. Here's what you can do. Take Gonzo.
But then you really, if you want to see what happened, you really then need to check the one I cannot remember the name that actually gives you the full context sent to models.
Right.
Then you will really see what happened. Right?
That's what. Yeah, exactly. Here's what you need
Because
to do.
otherwise, with this, you will see what you typed and what it responded, but not what are the exact messages sent to the model.
Right. So what you need to do is find that and then pipe that to Gonzo.
There you go. That's the task for this weekend.
if that works, could be interesting. I don't know. All right.
No, I'm going to find that, and then I'm going to ship it to as logs to one of the pods so that Gonzo can see it.
That's what I'm saying, is just do all that. Anyway. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you again next Friday. And again, Monday, you'll have a video coming out. Wednesday's podcast. We'll be back next Friday. Next Thursday, are you doing anything? No, she took this Thursday off.
Yeah, AMA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think you'll be doing it, or you know you'll be doing it?
I will be doing it, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you never know, right? I thought that I will be doing it yesterday as well, and I didn't.
Just
So.
didn't happen. Yeah. So we'll call it 50-50 for next Thursday. Just because. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.